All right.
Oh, it started at 4:30.
Yeah, but we got to do the lineup and stuff. All right, so we're good.
So we started that.
All right.
Start right now.
Tanner's warming up.
All right. Are we live? All right. Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to a wonderful day of baseball between the Cape Henry Dolphins and the Bulldogs from Norfolk Academy. Weather-wise, we have a breezy day, and the temps are hovering in the high 50s, low 60s. Field is in excellent shape, thanks to our wonderful department of athletics here at Cape Henry Collegiate. Both teams come into this game looking to make a statement. The Dolphins are currently 9-2 and trying to win their 10th game of the season after dropping a close one to Walsingham Academy on Tuesday. The Bulldogs are trying to even their record at 7-7 and would love to take down the Virginia State number 2 ranked Dolphins in this heated rivalry game. Let's begin with the visiting Bulldogs lineup. Number 5, Cooper Seiko, is playing right field. Number 4, Jackson Perkins is in left. Number 8, Jack Gross in third. Number 23, CJ Murray is pitching and DHing. Number 10, Jacob Baker is playing first. Number 6, Matt Camardella is playing second. Number 7, Peter Galados is catching. Number 8, Tim Butler is in center field. And number 2, Pyler Hunter is playing short. Cooper Seiko is up to bat, and the first pitch is swing and a miss, strike one. Pitching for the Dolphins is Tanner Schladel. Strike on the inside corner. Schladel ahead of Seiko, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Schladel strikes out Seiko. Cooper was batting .273. Playing left field and batting second for the Bulldogs is Jackson Perkins. Perkins is currently leading the team, hitting .571 with 4 hits and 4 RBIs. He swings, hits a ground ball to second base. Yoon Che makes the easy play. 2 outs for the Dolphins. So Schladel throws 4 pitches and has 2 outs already. Hitting third is Jack Gross. Jack is playing third. He's currently batting .286. And the pitch, a changeup down the middle for strike one. Just a bit inside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Tanner Schladel currently has an ERA of 1.58 in 5 appearances. He also leads the team with 18 strikeouts. Little low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Top of the first inning. The Norfolk Academy Bulldogs against the Cape Henry Dolphins. And that's just inside, ball 3. Just off the inside corner. Schladel wanted that pitch. Full count, and here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Schladel strikes out 2, gets a ground ball to second base. The Bulldogs are up 1-2-3. No score after the top of the first. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Cape Henry Dolphins. Batting first, number 7, Harper Cox playing right field. Batting second, number 5, Josh Holland playing short. Batting third, number 12, Parker White DHing. Batting fourth, number 1, the pitcher, Tanner Schladel. Batting fifth, number 2, McCadden Dye playing first. Batting sixth, number 3, Yoon Che playing second base. Batting seventh, number 14, Cooper Angley. He's catching today. Batting eighth, number 10, Jack Wickham. He's at third. And batting ninth, number 4, Andrew Hart, center field. Again, pitching for the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs is number 23, CJ Murray. Murray comes into the game currently with a 17.50 ERA in 2 appearances. He's pitched 80 innings, so he's definitely one of their workhorses. Yep. I'll do that in between. And here we go with the Cape Henry Dolphins. Leading off, number 7, Harper Cox, the right fielder. Harper's currently batting .136, 3 hits and 2 RBIs on the season. And the first pitch is high and inside, ball 1. Inside, ball 2. High and outside, ball 3. So Cox has got the pitcher at a 3-0 count. We'll see if he gets the take sign. He does. Ball's right down the middle for strike 1. Another strike on the inside corner. Pitcher has got him now at a 3-2 count. No score, bottom of the first. Cox swings and misses at an outside pitch, and he's down on strikes. First out for the Cape Henry Dolphins. Batting second, number 5, the shortstop, Josh Holland. Holland comes into the game batting .294 with 10 hits and 6 RBIs. And the first pitch is outside, ball 1. Fly ball to the center fielder, number 8. That's put out by, number 9, Timmy Butler. So Holland flies out to the center fielder, Butler. Batting third, Parker White, first baseman, the DH today, takes a ball inside. Parker's currently hitting .286, 8 hits, 2 RBIs, scorches a ball down the right side line, but it's just foul. Parker hit a monstrous home run against Stewart 2 weeks ago. He takes an outside curveball for a strike. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and here's the pitch. And he launches another one. It's high, it's far, it's gone. Parker White hits another bomb. That was a no-doubter. Cleared the scoreboard. So the Dolphins put a run on the board with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, 1-0. Up to bat now, the number 4 hitter and pitcher, Tanner Schladel. He takes ball 1 high. Schladel is on a tear. He leads the team with a .586 batting average. He lines a ball right to the first baseman, but caught. As I was saying, Schladel leads the team with a .586 average. He's got 17 hits and 9 RBIs, but he lines a rocket to first that's snagged by the first baseman, Jacob Baker. But the Dolphins score first on a long home run by Parker White. Cleared the scoreboard. And that's going to do it for our first inning with the Dolphins ahead 1-0. Norfolk Academy is coached by Tim Levain, James Brubaker, and Evan Mitchell. The coaches for the Dolphins, head coach Tim Hummel, assistant coaches William Chadwick, Chris Dottello, and Ian Morrison. Leading off for the Bulldogs, number 23, the pitcher, and also DH, CJ Murray. Murray is currently batting 429. And here's the first pitch from Schladel. Ground ball to short. Picked up nicely, and a good throw over to first. Nice play by Josh Holland. 1 out for the Dolphins. That was a nice hop for Holland. Fielded it cleanly and made a strong throw over to first base, McCadden Dye. Second batter, Jacob Baker, the first baseman. He takes inside, ball 1. Baker's currently hitting 167 with 1 hit and 2 RBIs. Ball low and outside, 2-0. Schladel's working pretty quick on this brisk afternoon. Right down the middle, up the middle, almost hit Schladel for a base hit. And there's the first hit of the game for the Bulldogs. Baker lines one up the middle for a hit. Matt Camardella, the second baseman, is now batting. Man on first. Camardella is hitting below 100, but he could do damage here by moving the base runner across. We'll see how Norfolk Academy plays this. The Dolphin infield is playing double depth. Tanner's first pitch is outside for ball 1. Holland and Che are a double play depth. Shortstop and the second baseman. First baseman's holding the runner on. Schladel throws over to first, not in time. Baker dives back. Wickham is in at third, hugging the line, making sure there's no double. A right-handed batter. And here's the pitch. And it's lined between short and third for a base hit. So the Bulldogs got something going here with a man on first and second and 1 out. Last 2 balls were hit fairly hard. Nothing that the Dolphins could have done with that one. So Camardella is on with a hit. And that brings up Peter Galados, the catcher. And he's hitting below 100 as well. So here go the Bulldogs with 1 out in the top of the second inning. 1-0 Cape Henry. And a ball driven behind the plate. Strike 1 on a foul ball. Runners were taking a large lead out there. McCadden Dye is playing off of first base. Runner at second base has got a decent lead. Changeup inside, called for ball. So we've got a 1-1 count with 1 out to Peter Galitos. He swings and misses. Strike two. Nice fastball down the middle from Tanner Schladel. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Man on first and second. 1 out. Top of the second. 1-0 Bulldogs. Excuse me, Dolphins. And here's the pitch, and it's inside and throw down to second base, and they got him. A beautiful play by the Dolphins. Cooper Angley threw a dart down to second base. Holland covered, and they had the Bulldog by a mile. Nice defensive play all around by the Cape Henry Dolphins to get out of that inning. So the Bulldogs threatened with 2 men on, but got picked off second base. You don't see that very often, but we just did. So a strike him out, throw him out. McCadden Dye will lead off for the Dolphins, playing first base. McCadden is batting .316 with 6 hits, 7 RBIs on the season. That was a very impressive play by the Dolphins with a strike him out, throw him out. Cooper Angley making a beautiful throw down to second base. And Holland was there for the throw. All right, so we are in the bottom of the second. The Dolphins leading 1-0. McCadden Dye up to bat. And the pitch. Swing and line to right field. It's fair ball. The right fielder bobbles it, but Dye stays at first base with a line drive base hit. So on the first pitch of the bottom of the second, Dye has a single. That ball was hit hard down the right field line over the first baseman's head. Up to bat now, the second baseman, Yoon Che. Yoon is batting .310 with 9 hits and 7 RBIs on the season. And here's the pitch. Oh, and it hits him way inside, and Yoon Che gets a free base. So the Dolphins on 2 pitches have man on first and second. C.J. Murray has thrown 2 pitches this inning, and he's already got 2 men on and losing by a run. Let's see what he can do with Cooper Angley, the catcher, who made a great throw last inning. First pitch, Angley looks at it for a ball. Cooper's hitting just below 200 with 5 hits and 6 RBIs in the season. And here's the second pitch. Pitcher steps off the mound, fakes a throw to second, no one there to cover. McCadden Dye didn't even go all the way back to the bag. And the pitch. Squares to bunt, lays down a beauty to the third baseman, scoops it up, and he's got nowhere to go. So the third baseman came up looking to throw to first, but the first baseman wasn't covering, and we have a timeout now. McCadden Dye, who went into third base a little hard, is shaken up. Coaches are taking a look at him. He dove back to avert the throw. Not sure if he's going to stay in the game. And it looks like it's his right hand. He may have jammed it, trying to push it back into the bag. He's going to be leaving the game. Or maybe not. The trainers are on their way out. There's still time being called. Ty looks in a lot of discomfort out there. That would be a shame. The Dolphins have to replace him. Trainer's going to come out and take a look, but it does look like they're going to have to replace Dye at third. So Angley lanes down a beautiful bunt to third, which moves Yoon Che over to second. And Dye takes third, but jams his hand on the way back to third base, and he is going to leave. Waiting for a replacement at third, a runner for him. Well, you never like to see anybody get hurt. Coming out to run is number 44 for the Dolphins, and that's Kenny Schladel. So Kenny Schladel has entered the game to replace McCadden Dye. He'll take over first base duties. Schladel is number 44. And here we go. Bases loaded. Jack Wickham is up at bat, and he takes a ball way inside, almost hits him. Wickham is batting an even 200 with 5 hits and 5 RBIs. He's up with the bases loaded and nobody out in the bottom of the second. And he launches a long fly ball to right field, and it's gone. A grand slam for Jack Wickham. And that ball was hit just as hard as Parker White's ball. So here we go. The Dolphins loading up early. That's Wickham's first home run of the season, and it's a granny. Well, just like that, the Dolphins are up 4-0. And there's still nobody out. So Wickham homers and clears the bases, and now Andrew Hart is up. Hart is the center fielder, and he's batting .222 with 6 hits and 6 RBIs. And he lines a ball to short, picked up nicely, and strong throw. Oh, and the first baseman goes to tag him, and the ball gets loose. The right fielder's coming in, but he's not going to make the throw, and Hart is at second base on an error by the first baseman. The throw was a little wide. He went for the tag, and Hart knocked the ball out of his glove, not intentionally. That would not be legal. But the first baseman lost the ball, and Hart goes to second base, and there's still nobody out with a man on second. Shortstop Pyler Hunter came up with a nice play. A strong throw. It was a little off the bag, and the first baseman, Jacob Baker, could not make the tag. So now we're back to the top of the lineup, and Harper Cox is up again. Harper struck out his first time up. And he hits a scorcher to right field, and that's just inside the line. That's going to score Hart from second. He's rounding first, and he's at second base with a stand-up double. So Harper Cox comes up with a stand-up double. Scores Hart all the way from second. And the Dolphins still have no outs. And they've hung 5 runs in this inning already. There's a break in the action as the coach of the Bulldogs, Tim Levine, is out talking to his pitcher. He's going to leave C.J. Murray in the game, number 23. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Josh Holland. Josh flied out to center field, Timmy Butler last inning. And he's up with a man at second, Harper Cox, and nobody out. Dolphins up 6-0. And here's the pitch. He looks at an outside pitch, but it's called a strike. That ball was low and outside, but the umpire decided it was good enough to be a strike 1. This one's way outside and low, ball 1. Cox has a nice lead off second base. Here's the third pitch. Curveball, little high, ball 2. So Holland's got the count in his favor, 2-1. Man on second, no outs. Ball driven to short, picked up, thrown, nice throw there. Harper Cox moves over to third. So Holland moves the batter along. Moves the runner along, Cox to third. And that's the first out of the inning. And that brings up Parker White. Parker hit a monster home run in the first inning. The left-hander looks at an outside changeup for strike 1. Man on third, 1 out. Dolphins already have scored 5 runs this inning, 6 for the game. Curveball inside for a strike. So Parker White has looked at 2 curveballs, one on the outside corner, one on the inside corner. He's down 0-2. And the pitch. Curveball down the middle, and he fouls it off to the left field side, just past the dugout. Still 0-2. And he swings and misses at a strike right down the middle, fastball, for the second out of the inning. Tanner Schladel is up. He lined out to the first baseman, a hard hit ball. He's up now with 2 outs, man on third. He's the leading hitter for the Dolphins at .586, and he takes a curveball, little high, ball 1. They're still working on McCadden Dye over behind the dugout to see what's up with his wrist. Schladel takes a strike on the outside corner, strike 1. 1-1 count, man on third, 2 outs. Dolphins lead 6-0 in the bottom of the second. Oh, a nice curveball on the inside corner, strike 2. So Murray has seemed to settle down now after giving up those hits and a monster home run by Wickham, that grand slam. And a line shot to the pitcher. He knocks it down and makes a nice throw to first base for a good play for the third out. So nice play by C.J. Murray, the pitcher for the Bulldogs, to get Schladel on a hard hit ground ball up the middle. No further damage done by the Dolphins, but they've scored 5 runs this inning on a monster grand slam by Josh Holland, and then an RBI double by Harper Cox to score Andrew Hart from second base. We go to the top of the third. Leading off will be Timmy Butler, the center fielder. Plier Hunter, the shortstop, number 2, is on deck. Butler's hitting under 100 with 1 hit and 4 RBIs this season. Actually leads the team in RBIs. And he's got 1 hit. And it was a home run. So without knowing for sure, I can only assume that his 1 hit was a grand slam. All right, here we go. The top of the third. Timmy Butler leads off. Tanner Schladel still pitching for the Dolphins, and the first pitch is down the middle, fouled behind the plate, strike 1. Brisk breeze blowing straight out. Some ominous clouds behind me, but the wind is blowing the clouds away, so that's a good omen for maybe getting this game in. Schladel throws an inside curveball for a strike, 1-1. Ball low and outside, 2-1 on Timmy Butler. Timmy Butler's older sister, Amber Lee, was a phenomenal softball player here at Cape Henry. He strikes out on a ball that was low but scooped up by Angley for the first out. As I was saying, Amber Lee Butler went to Cape Henry Collegiate and was a standout softball player. Then went up to Virginia Tech. One out, 6-0. The Dolphins are leading the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs here at the top of the third inning. Schladel's pitch is a strike to Plier Hunter, the shortstop. And there's a fly ball to center field, but Andrew Hart is right there for the second out of the inning. Ball hung up. It was hit hard, but it hung up a little bit in the outfield, and Hart's got plenty of speed to get to that ball. And the left-handed center fielder makes an easy play. We're back to the top of the lineup, and Cooper Seiko is up, and he takes a strike. He lines a shot past Wickham at third for a base hit. So Cooper Seiko, or Cisco, excuse me, gets a base hit on a line shot past the diving third baseman, Jack Wickham. Man on first. That brings up the left fielder, Jackson Perkins. Perkins lines a liner that just gets by the second baseman. Hart comes up with it quickly and gets the ball in. And the Bulldogs have something going on here with a man on first and second in the top of the third. So 2 hits back to back. Both balls hit very hard. Perkins grounded out to the second baseman his first time up, but lines one past the second baseman this time. That brings up Jack Gross, who struck out his first time up. So after a strikeout and a fly ball to center field, the Bulldogs come up with 2 base hits, both hard hit balls, and there's 2 outs with 2 men on. Gross looks at a ball on the outside, 1-0. Dolphin infield is at regular depth. They just need 1 out. Schladel throws a high pitch for ball 2. So Gross has the count in his favor. 2-0. Man on first and second, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Schladel throws a Ball in the dirt on the outside that gets past Cooper Angley. That'll be a wild pitch, and the runners move up. So a wild pitch by Tanner Schladel gets the runners now in scoring position in second and third with 2 outs. 3-0 count. And a line shot to the left field, and that ball is fair. That's going to clear the bases. Kenny Schladel, the left fielder, comes up, and Gross has a stand-up double. So Jack Gross gets the Bulldogs on the board with a stand-up double. And the score is now 6-2. Up to bat now is C.J. Murray, the pitcher. So let's see if he can help his cause. He's got a man on second, and he takes ball 1. Cooper grounded out to the shortstop last time up. Tanner Schladel trying to work out of a little bit of a jam here. He throws a ball right down the middle. Strike. So we got a 1-1 count. Murray check swings, holds up in time. Ball was low for 2-1 count. So Schladel, after getting the first 2 batters, is in a little bit of a trouble here. He's given up 2 hits with a wild pitch and then a scorching double to score those 2 guys. Here's a ball hit to the second baseman. Yoon Che comes up with it cleanly and throws over to Parker White at first, and that's an out. The 3rd out of the inning. But the Bulldogs score 2 on a hard-hit double after 2 base hits in a row. So 3 hits and 2 runs. Well, we have a break in the action. Just remind everybody that Cape Henry Dolphins are playing some of the best ball they've played in a long time. They were ranked number 1 in the state. They lost this past week to Walsingham, and that dropped them down to number 2 in the state. They're still number 1 in the region. They're definitely looking to rebound after that game and beat their rivals, the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs. And they're doing a good job so far at a score of 6-2. 2 home runs by the Dolphins. Parker White hit a solo, and then Jack Wickham with a grand slam. They added another insurance run after that, and the score is 6-2. Tanner Schladel, the pitcher, is going to come up and try and add to that lead. Takes a strike. Excuse me. Kenny Schladel is now up. Kenny Schladel is batting .455 with 10 hits and 5 RBIs. Takes a curveball for a strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Way outside, curveball. Schladel has worked the count 2-2. Kenny entered the game for McCadden Dye, who hurt his wrist sliding back to third base in the second inning. He's currently got the count to full now, 3-2. And the pitch. And he lines a long fly ball. It's going towards the fence, and it is also out of here. Kenny Schladel with a long home run on the other side of the scoreboard where Jack Wickham's ball went. So the Dolphins get one of the runs back from last inning, and now they lead 7-2. That ball was also tagged. So Schladel, who's hitting .455 with one home run, adds another one. So he's got his second home run of the season. That brings up Yoon Chi, the second baseman. And he takes a ball outside for a strike. Yoon was hit by a pitch his last time up and scored on Wickham's grand slam. He's now down in the count 0-2. Ball outside, 1-2. And here's the pitch. Ball outside, 2-2. So the pitcher, C.J. Murray, after giving up that long home run to Kenny Schladel, and was up 0-2 on Yoon Chi, is now even. And Yoon lines a long fly ball, but it's out of play down the left field line. Count is still 2-2. Oh! Ball inside, and it hits him again. So Yoon Chi gets hit for the second time in this game, and he's on first base with nobody out. Cooper Angley, the catcher, is now up. Cooper had a beautiful bunt, a fielder's choice, if you will, his last time up, and scored also on Wickham's grand slam. Norfolk Academy coach Tim Levine is out. Gathers his infielders around his pitcher, C.J. Murray. Angley batting just under 200 this season, but he made a beautiful play in that first inning on a strikeout throw him out. Excuse me, that was the second inning. Well, the sun has decided to go behind the clouds that are rolling in, and it's definitely gotten a little chilly out here now. But the bats for the Dolphins are red hot. And here's a steal attempt, and he is in there, safe at second base. So Yoon Chi has a stolen base. He got a great jump off the pitcher and was in fairly easily at second base. So he's now in scoring position. There's no outs for the Dolphins, and Angley now has a runner at second where he can drive in. Takes the ball low. 2 balls, no strikes. Yoon has a nice lead off second. Second baseman feigns like he's going to make a play, but he backs off. Ball outside, 3-0. So Cooper Angley now has a 3-0 count with a man on second. Let's see if he gets a green light here. Catcher goes out to talk to Murray. Peter Galitos talking to C.J. Murray. The Bulldogs have someone warming up in the bullpen. Not sure when they're going to make that change. Maybe the catcher coming out to talk to the pitcher was just trying to give the relief man a little more extra time to get warm over there. As I said, it's turned out to be a fairly chilly evening. Angley stands in at a 3-0 count, man on second, no outs, and he's taking all the way for a strike. Ball on the outside corner, strike one. So 3-1 count, man on second, no outs. Dolphins lead this game 7-2. Angley looking to add more. Pitcher steps off the rubber. Yoon goes back to second. And here's the pitch. Oh, right down Broadway for a strike. So Angley looks at strike two. Full count. Man on second. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's lined over the shortstop's head for a base hit. That'll score Yoon Chi. And no, he holds at third. And Angley takes second base on the bad throw into the infield. So the Bulldogs missed the cutoff man, and Angley took advantage and ran to second base. Good piece of base running there by Cooper Angley. As the catcher, he'll be replaced as a runner. Number 34 has entered the game for the Dolphins as a pitch runner. I'll get to that name in a second. And that brings up Jack Wickham, who grand slammed his last time up. Takes ball high and won. Inside, ball two. Ground ball, hard hit to third. He looks them back, makes a wide throw to first, but they still get the runner. Nice play by the first baseman. Throw by the third baseman was high, but the first baseman came down and made the tag this time. Wickham's out. And that's our first out of the inning. We've got a runner on second and a runner on third. And that'll bring up Andrew Hart. Looks at a ball outside and high for ball one. Andrew walked his first time up and scored. Andrew singled his first time up, went to second, and then scored on Harper Cox's double in the second inning. So the Dolphins have one out, 1-1 count, score 7-2, and here's the pitch. Nice curveball on the outside corner for a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hart. The runners on second and third for the Dolphins, 1 out. Hart swings and misses at an outside pitch, and he's down on strikes. That's the second out in the third inning. And that brings up the top of the order, Harper Cox. Cox has struck out and doubled in this game. And now the Bulldogs coach comes out and he'll be making a pitching change. C.J. Murray will be leaving the game after 3 innings, well, almost 3 innings. He's given up 7 runs. 3 long home runs. Kenny Schladel, Jack Wickham with a grand slam, and Parker White with a home run in the first inning. The new pitcher is number 17, and that's Wynn. His first name, Childers Wynn. So Childers Wynn comes in to pitch for C.J. Murray. Not sure if he'll stay in as the DH. So while we're waiting for Wynn to finish his warm-up pitches, I'll give you a baseball quote. Earl Weaver once said, "You can sit on a lead and run a few plays into the line and just kill the clock. You've got to throw the ball over the plate and give the other man his chance. That's why baseball is the greatest game of all." And the Dolphins are sitting on a 7-2 lead, looking to pad that lead. And here's Wynn's first pitch to Harper Cox, the left-hander. Cox takes inside for ball 1. Wynn's a right-hander. He's got an ERA of 4, and he's made 6 appearances so far. Throws a nice curveball for strike 1. Men on second and third, and there is 2 outs. Swing and a miss again. So Cox is now down 1-2, 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. And the pitch. And he swings and misses. The catcher drops the ball. Here's going to be a play at the first base, and he is safe. So Harper Cox runs out, strike 3, and Yoon Chi scores from third base. So a good hustle by Harper Cox and gets him down to first base and scores a run on the third out of the inning. So the Dolphins get to play bonus baseball here in the bottom of the third. Wynn made a nice play, but it was a pitch, but it was in the dirt. Cox swung at it. Catcher couldn't come up with a nice throw. And now we have first and third, 2 outs. Run scored, 8-2. Josh Holland is up. Flied out to center field his first time up and grounded out to the shortstop his second time up. And the pitch. And Cox takes a stab at second base, and he's in with an easy slide. Safe. The throw wasn't bad. It was just on the wrong side of the base and low. So Harper Cox gets a stolen base. And here's the pitch. Oh, and it's inside. Almost hits him. So Holland holds up his hand to the runner at third. Angley tells him to hold on. And the pitch. And Holland hits a ground ball to third, comes up with a nice throw to first, and that's the third out of the inning, actually the 4th out of the inning. But the Dolphins do some damage with 2 more runs. Kenny Schladel hits a bomb for a homer Chi scores on a wild pitch, strike 3 to Harper Cox. So that's something that you don't see every day, but it works for the Dolphins, and they're now winning 8-2 here in the 4th inning. Tanner Sladel is still on the mound. Pitching for the Dolphins. Leading off for the Bulldogs will be number 10, the first baseman, Jacob Baker. Baker singled his first time up, but was stranded at second when he was part of that strikeout throwout by Angley in the 2nd inning. So here we go with Baker leading off for the Bulldogs, who are down 8-2, and he takes strike 1. Ground ball to the shortstop. Holland comes up with a strong throw for out number 1. Matt Camardella is up, the second baseman. He lines a ball into the net behind. He singled his first time out. Another ball in the net, 0-2. So quickly, Schladel is ahead of the count, 0-2. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning, with the Dolphins leading 8-2. Line over the second baseman's head for a base hit. So Baker has his second, so Camarilla has his second hit of the game. Camardella came into the game hitting under 100, and he's got 2 hits today. So that's going to add to his batting average. And that brings up Peter Galitos. He takes high and outside for ball 1. Galitos struck out in the 2nd inning. Throw over to first, not in time. Schladel has a nice move and a strong arm, but the runner was not too far off the base. And Camardella got back in a hurry. Here's the pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. Cape Henry Dolphins leading 8-2 over the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled back. Strike 2. Man on first on a base hit. Galitos is batting for the Bulldogs of Norfolk Academy, and he takes time. Schladel looks in, gets the signs from Angley, and here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss on the outside corner for strike 3. Nice pitch by Schladel, and that's out number 2. here in the top of the fourth inning. Timmy Butler is up to bat now. He's the center fielder, and he struck out his last time up in the third. He takes low and outside for ball one. Schladel throws over to first, but not in time. Nice play by Parker White, the first baseman, getting that glove down in a hurry. The runner was back. So Parker White, who was the DH, moves over to first base. Kenny Schladel came into the game, and he'll be the DH. There's a high fly ball that Angley is trying to get, and it's in the Bulldog dugout, just out of his reach. So a foul ball. Butler has a 2-1 count with a man on first, 2 outs, the top of the fourth. And the pitch, low and outside, 2-2. It has gotten considerably chillier here at Cape Henry's facility. Ball inside and high, and that's going to put Timmy Butler on first base. So Butler draws a walk. That moves Camardella over to second. So the Bulldogs have a man on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. This should bring up Pyler Hunter. Not sure if there was a lineup change. Check that when I can see the back of his uniform. If it is Hunter, he flied out to Andrew Hart his last time up. First and second for the Bulldogs, and here's the pitch. It's low, inside and in the dirt. Nice stop by Angley behind the plate. He's had a great game defensively so far. Tanner Schladel working in the fourth inning. Here's the pitch, and it's a nice ball down the middle, but fouled back. And that is not Pyler Hunter. Try to get a number for you if I can. Sitting out here in the center field facility, a little far away. And Tanner Schladel, the pitcher, is in my way to see the hitter's number. Here's the pitch. Oh, and that ball is just outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. They go to make a throw, and it's way wide. The ball is thrown between second and first, and here's the play to second. Hart comes up with the pitch, with the ball, but no money there. So the runners both advance to second and third now on a wild pitch by Tanner Schladel, trying to get the pickoff play at second. But he threw the ball wildly out into center field, where Andrew Hart came up with the play and got it into second base, but not in time. So Butler and Camardella both move up now. So now there's 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs, top of the fourth, with a 2-1 count. And there's a nice pitch on the inside corner for a strike. So the Norfolk Academy batter has a 2-2 count with 2 outs, man on second and third. And the pitch. And it's fly ball straight up in the air. The third baseman, Wickham, is calling for it, and he makes the play. So the Bulldogs leave 2 men stranded. An interesting inning for the Dolphins, but no harm, no foul. As I said during that pitching change, Earl Weaver, the former longtime manager of the Baltimore Orioles, who won a few World Series, if I'm not mistaken, was asked about the difference between baseball and other games, knowing that baseball is the only major sporting game that plays without a clock. Says you can't sit on a lead and run a few plays into the line and just kill the clock, as they do in football. You've got to throw the ball over the plate and give the other man his chance. That's why baseball is the greatest game of them all. And I believe he's right. This is our national pastime. A game without a clock, played by young men and women who have nothing to do on a lazy spring day. Try to hit a round ball with a round bat. That sounds like a good time to me. Wynn is still pitching for the Bulldogs. He came in last inning in relief of CJ Murray. So he's still in the game. And leading off for the Bulldogs will be the first baseman now and left-handed hitter, Parker White. White homered in the first inning and struck out in the third. Eight to 2, Cape Henry Dolphins ahead of the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs. And the pitch. Curveball, first strike. Nice off-speed pitch by Wynn. And there's another long fly ball to right, and that's his second home run of the game. Parker White with another drive to right field over the right fielder's head. That ball was not hit nearly as hard as the one he hit in the first inning, but cleared the fences. And I will tell you, the wind has died down quite a bit, so that ball was well hit again. So the Dolphins with their fourth home run of the game. And that brings up Tanner Schladel. Takes a ball in the dirt for ball one. Schladel flied out to the first baseman and grounded out to the pitcher his 2 times at bat. Norfolk Academy catcher might be shaken up after that. Umpire came out to talk to the pitcher. He's now going to clean off the plate and give the catcher an extra couple of minutes. As courtesy is back there behind the plate. All right, we're back to live action. Wynn pitching to Schladel. Nobody on. Parker White just hitting another home run of the game. And Schladel hits a line hard ball down to the second baseman, but he makes the play to first. That ball was well hit, but right at the second baseman. So Tanner Schladel, the number 1 hitter for the Dolphins this season so far, is 0 for 3. But he's pitched a very good game, and he's winning 9 to 2. Kenny Schladel, McCadden Dye's replacement, and the new DH is now up to bat. And he takes a ball high, ball 1. Kenny Schladel entered the game, and his first time at bat, he also hit a home run. Takes a ball outside low, ball 2. Wynn gets the call low and outside for a strike. So there's now 2 balls and 1 strike on Kenny Schladel, Tanner Schladel's older brother. Kenny's a senior at Cape Henry this year. He lines a high fly ball to the right fielder, who makes the catch right at the line for out number 2. Ball was hit well, but too high. So the Dolphins have 2 outs after homering their first batter, Parker White, and that brings up Yoon Chi. Yoon got hit by a pitch his last 2 times up. He takes a ball low, ball 1. He stole a base back in the 3rd inning and scored. And here's a fly ball to the first baseman, who's got plenty of room and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Yoon Chi fly ball out to the first baseman. That's Jacob Baker for the Bulldogs. And the Dolphins go down 1-2-3 after Parker White hits that long home run to right field. So we're in the top of the 5th now. Leading off for Norfolk Academy will be their right fielder, Cooper Cisco. And we have a new pitcher for the Dolphins, number 10, Jack Wickham. So Wickham, the 3rd baseman, is now in to pitch. Tanner Schladel, the pitcher, is now at 3rd base. So we have a position switch for the Dolphins. 3rd baseman Wickham is now pitching, and the pitcher Schladel is now at 3rd base. Top of the 5th. Dolphins leading 9-2 on this Friday afternoon, the 8th of April. Number 34, who entered the game as a pitch runner last inning, was Nate Jensen. Nate Jensen is number 34 for the Dolphins, and he entered as a pitch runner for Cooper Angley last inning. All right, and here we go. Back live action here. So number 5, the right fielder, Cooper Cisco, is up for the Bulldogs, and he takes a strike down the middle and swinging strike for number 2. Wickham working quickly. Throws a nice pitch on the outside corner, but doesn't get the call by the home plate umpire for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a foul ball back behind the screen. Still 1-2. The wind has died down, but the temperatures have fallen dramatically while this game started. Wickham throws a ball just a bit outside for ball number 2. Actually went all the way to the backstop. Angley never had a play. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after that pretty wild pitch, he comes back with a high heat and strikes out the right fielder. which brings up our left fielder, Jackson Perkins. Perkins grounded out to the second baseman his first time up, singled and scored on a wild pitch his second time up. Wickham throws a high fastball for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike to the left fielder, Perkins. Wickham throws it right down the middle for strike 2. Working quickly here. The top of the 5th. And another ball right down the middle. Good heat from Wickham. Strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in a row for Jack Wickham. So the third baseman has come in and fired some BBs to Angley behind the plate. And the Bulldogs find themselves down 2 outs quickly in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a ball that's skied up. Angley's calling for it and makes the play. A nice play on the third base line. Angley gets out behind the plate in a hurry and makes a nice play on Jack Gross, the third baseman. So the Bulldogs go down 1-2-3 in an inning where they really needed to get some runs to get back in this game, but they don't. So after the top of the 5th, it's still 9-2, Cape Henry Dolphins. Pitching for the Bulldogs is still Wynn. Childers Wynn, number 17. This will be his second inning after coming in relief of C.J. Murray. Leading off for the Dolphins will be the catcher who just made a fine play, Cooper Angley. Cooper got on a fielder's choice his first inning. In the second inning. Singled in the third. Scored his first time. Stranded at third his last. This will be his first time facing Wynn. Wickham's on deck. Wickham hit that long grand slam home run in the second inning to get the scoring started in earnest for the Cape Henry Dolphins. Parker White started the scoring in the first inning with a long home run also to right field. All the home runs have been hit to right so far today. The wind is blowing in that direction. And here we go in the bottom of the 5th inning. Childers Wynn pitching for the Bulldogs from Norfolk Academy. Cooper Angley, the catcher for the Cape Henry Cape Henry Dolphins. And he takes high, ball 1. As I mentioned, the Dolphins were number 1 in the state of Virginia before their loss this week to Walsingham, which dropped them to number 2. But a strong showing here against Norfolk Academy will do a lot to try to get him back into that first place position. Angley takes low, ball 2. Swings and misses at a nice pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cooper Angley, the catcher for the Cape Henry Dolphins. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning with a score 9-2. Ooh, inside. Angley backs out. 3 balls, 1 strike. And he drives a long fly ball, and that's gone. That's a no-doubter to left field, Cooper Angley. And he sprints around the bases for his first home run of the season. And look at him sprint around those bases. Well, he's excited. And I would be too if I hit the ball that far. And there's the 10th run for the Cape Henry Dolphins. So Cooper Angley gets on the board. That's the 5th home run for the Dolphins. And we have another pitching change coming in for the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs. And it looks like number 8 will be pitching, and that's their third baseman, Jack Gross. So Gross is now coming in to pitch. Angley scalded that ball. The first ball hit to left field, and it was a no-doubter. His proud father, Mr. Greg Angley, has the ball. I guess he'll be giving it to Cooper tonight after he does his chores. Jack Wickham, the owner of the second home run of this game for the Dolphins, a grand slam back in the second, then grounded out to the third baseman, now comes to bat in the bottom of the 5th with the score 10-2. Slaughter rule is 10 runs after 5 innings. So if the Dolphins tack on 2 more here, the ball game will be over. We have nobody out. Standing in, the second batter of the inning, Jack Wickham. Wickham's playing third and then moved over to pitcher. He's now the pitcher of record for the Dolphins. Catcher goes out to talk to Jack Gross, the third baseman, to make sure they're on the same page with the signs here. And here's the pitch. And it's just a bit high and outside over the head of Wickham for ball 1. Wickham didn't even bend over. That ball was so high he knew it wasn't going to hit him. Might have hit Yao Ming, but... Oh, and then he hits a long home run to left field, and that's another no-doubter. And Jack Wickham is sprinting around the bases. And that's his second home run of the game after a grand slam. So Wickham is added to his resume in this game with his second home run. Well, the Dolphins are starting to figure out the Bulldogs' pitching. And we are one more run away from this game being over. Up to bat is Andrew Hart, the center fielder, and he swings and misses for strike number 1. So Jack Gross, the third baseman, comes in and is met with a long home run by Jack Wickham. Hart stands in and the pitch, and he swings, and the ball's in the dirt. He runs to first, but to no avail. Catcher makes a nice play and throws him out. for a strikeout. So that's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Harper Cox, the leadoff batter. Harper has a double and 2 strikeouts today. He takes ball 1 high. So the Dolphins have 1 out, and they're leading 11-2. He grounds it weakly towards the first base line for strike 1. We're in the bottom of the 5th, 11-2. The Dolphins have quite a few crooked numbers up there on the scoreboard. Here's the pitch. Swings and fouls it off behind the catcher. Strike 2. The Dolphins have scored in every inning in this game. 1 run, 5 runs, 2 runs, 1 run, and 2 runs here in the 5th. And the pitch to Cox, low and outside. So Jack Gross has come in, given up 2 home runs and a strikeout, and now he's facing Harper Cox, the right fielder. And he gets him to strike out as well on a nice curveball. So after giving up 2 home runs, Jack Gross has 2 strikeouts, which brings up Josh Holland, the shortstop for the Dolphins. Josh is 0 for 3 today. He takes the ball high. Holland flied out to center, grounded out to short, and grounded out to third. Takes another ball high, 2-0. Dolphins need another run to get out of this game in a hurry. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. And he lines a ball, but it's going to be to the left fielder who makes a nice play at the line for the 3rd out. But the Dolphins come up with 2 home runs and 2 more runs, and they now lead 11-2 over the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs. So we go to the top of the 6th. Wickham is still pitching. He came in relief for Tanner Schladel. So they switched. Schladel went to 3rd. Wickham went to pitcher. Everybody else for the Dolphins is in their proper defensive position, so we have no new substitutions defensively for the Dolphins. Leading off for the Bulldogs in the 6th inning will be let's see. Looks like a new hitter here. Could be Childers Wynn, who came in to pitch and then went to DH. He's number 17. Let you know when I get a good look at the back of his jersey. He stands in against Jack Wickham. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. Wild pitch, ball 1. Swing and a little ball out in the front. Angley comes up with it cleanly and makes a nice throw to first base for the 1st out of the inning. So Cooper Angley pops out behind the plate, cat-like, gets the ball, bobbled it for a second, but made a nice strong throw to Parker White at first base. 1 out. Wickham throws a ball for strike 1. And this is Jacob Baker, the first baseman. Gets a ball on the outside corner, gets the call for strike 2. Ground ball to Yoon Chi at second, makes a nice play to first. That's our second out of the inning. Wickham working quickly here in the top of the 6th, and he's quickly got 2 outs on a little dribbler that Angley made a play on, and now a ground ball to second, which brings up our second baseman, Matt Camardella. Matt's got 2 hits in this game, and he hits a fly ball. Center fielder Andrew Hart is calling for it, and he makes the play. So the Dolphins get the Bulldogs to go 1-2-3 here in the top of the 6th. We have an 11-2 ball game with the Dolphins now coming up in the bottom of the 6th inning. Parker White will be the leadoff hitter for the Dolphins. Jack Wickham, the new pitcher for the Dolphins, came into this game with 7 strikeouts, and he has increased that with 3 so far today. So Jack Wickham, the third baseman, in relief for Tanner Sladle, has come in and has done a nice job keeping runs off the board, mowing down the Bulldogs, and picking up strikeouts, which is what your relief pitcher is supposed to do, who also happens to be your third baseman. Tim Hummel, the head coach for the Cape Henry Dolphins, has done a nice job with this squad, a good mix of seniors, juniors, and sophomores. And they are set up to make a long run into the playoffs. All right, and here we go. Bottom of the 6th inning, Parker White is up to bat. Parker's got 2 home runs and a strikeout, sandwiched in between. And he lines a ball over the first baseman, but it's just foul down the right side. So Parker White, 2 homers and a strikeout, and a line shot over the first baseman that is just foul. Jack Gross is still pitching. And this time, White hits the ball over the first baseman for a hit. So 2 strong swings by the left-hander, and he gets a hit with the second one. So he's on first base, and that brings up Tanner Sladle. Sladle's 0 for 3 today. He's still the leading hitter for the Dolphins on the season. And by scoring White, this game will be over. Ball low and in the dirt, and that gets away from the catcher. And Parker White trots down to second base with no play. So the Dolphins already have a runner on second base after a wild pitch. Tanner Slater can end the game with a base hit here. Oh, and a ball way inside. Slater gets out of the way barely. 2 balls and no strikes. Jack Gross trying to keep this game alive. Schladel hits a ball down the third base side, but it's in the netting for a foul ball. 2-1. No outs. Bottom of the sixth. Man on second. Dolphins leading 11-2. One more run will end this game early on the mercy rule. And the pitch. Low and in the dirt. Ball 3. 3-1 count to Tanner Schladel. And Schladel hits a hard ground ball that is just foul past the third baseman. That ball just missed hitting the bag. So Schladel now has a full count. And the scoreboard says 2-2. I believe it's a full count, but we'll see. In any case, he stands in there. Gross delivers the pitch, and here it is. And it's low outside, and that is ball 4. And Schladel sprints down to first base. So now the Dolphins have runners on first and second, no outs. And that brings up Kenny Schladel, Tanner's older brother. And Kenny has done nothing but hit a home run and fly it out to right field. So he's 1 for 2, and his home run was also a long drive. So any kind of base hit or long drive here could end this game. Let's see what happens. Jack Gross pitching for the Bulldogs from Norfolk Academy, and here's the pitch. And it's low outside, ball 1. Schladel looks down to the third base coach and gets no help. I would imagine it's green light and let's go home. Schladel takes low but called a strike by the home plate umpire for a 1-1 count. White at second, Tanner Schladel at first, and here's the pitch. Ball outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Gross trying to stay away from Kenny Schladel, give him anything good to hit, trying to pick his way on the outside corner. But Schladel did go the opposite field for his first home run in this game. Outside again, ball 3. So it looks like they might be trying to pitch around Schladel, although with no outs, and the Dolphins only needing 1 run to end this game. Doesn't seem reasonable to me, but... And there's a hard hit ball. That is a fair ball down the third base line, and that's going to score White from second, and Tanner Schladel will hold up at third, and this ball game is officially over. So Kenny Schladel comes up with a big hit, a scorcher down the third base line that scores White from second base, and the Dolphins win by the mercy rule 12-2. We'll give Schladel a double on that play, and he gets the winning RBI. And so after 6 innings and no outs, the Cape Henry Collegiate Dolphins defeat the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs by a score of 12-2. A nice win for the Cape Henry Dolphins. Thanks for joining us today. I'll thank my cameraman Wyatt for his wonderful photography. And congratulations to the Bulldogs for trying their hardest, but coming up short today against the Cape Henry Collegiate Dolphins. This 8th day of April. Have a nice day. This is Chris Souther saying, it's been a pleasure. See you next time.